hurt you, or the truth can change you. What will truth do to you?
Hello there, my beautiful and handsome viewers and listeners. How are you today? How has your day been? Mine has been beautiful and wonderful. I just want to say thank you for having that patience. Yes, we're supposed to start a bit earlier, but because of time and technology, we are a bit behind, and we just want to say we are sorry for that. So thank you very much for joining us today. And if today is your first time of joining this show, this is your girl Adeyinka Adewumi, and on this show we aim to let people know that they can talk about whatsoever they are facing in life or what life has thrown at them without being judged. Yes, regardless of whatsoever you are going through, we want people to appreciate you for who you are, for people to show you love regardless of your color, your race, your religion, your education, your background, your environment, or even your religion. So you are welcome. I am so glad that you can have a date with us this evening. So please, we are running behind, and I really want to do us one tiny bit of favor. Help us share the video, because some people would have thought we are not coming live again. Help us share this video. Even if you do not have the time to watch or stay with us now, help us share it so that other people will know that it is time for Beautiful Mind. So you're welcome on board. Like I said, we want people to know that you can be loved. They can be loved regardless of what they are going through. So you're welcome on board. Why don't you grab yourself a cup of tea, hot chocolate, water, coffee, soup, whatsoever that makes you feel comfortable whilst watching Beautiful Mind. Please get it along with us. And remember that you can connect and contribute on this show at any time on 079-603-91983. I repeat that, and if you are calling or texting outside UK, please put +44 79603 91983. And you can also connect with us on all our social media. I believe you can see them on the screen. And the topic we are discussing this afternoon is, my God, am I in your plans? I don't know, maybe you have asked that question secretly, but today we want it to be open, because again, we live in the judgmental world that people judge your statements, your character, they judge everything. And today we want you to feel loved, to feel that your opinions are valid and they matter. And that is what we're treating this topic today. I don't know, maybe you've said it secretly. God, am I in your plan? Well, today we want you to know that you can still find hope even in that time of your despair. And that is why we are doing this show today. And I really, really want you to appreciate this beautiful, wonderfully made, fearfully made Akon that has come to share this with us today. Akon, I know you've been on this show before and you are quite popular. Did I say that right? Yes, you are very, very popular, because a lot of people have been contacting me, putting on our Facebook, we are going to watch this show today, all because of you. Wow. Thank you very much for joining us today, Akon, and thank you all our viewers and listeners for being patient to stay and wait for us. Yes, today's topic is going to be informative and educative, all true. Remember that we are broadcasting live on Bean TV, and we are based here in Manchester. And I can tell you that we are reaching all over the world. And do you know why I know that? Because I know that you are helping us sharing this video. Thank you very much. Akon, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers and my listeners, just for the benefit of people that are meeting you for the very first time today?
Thank you very much for having me, Adewumi. It's always nice having you, having me on your show. My name is Akon Kokomani Etu. I'm a mother of a lovely, beautiful girl. I'm a sister to my sister. I have a sister and a brother. And yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You didn't finish that. You are a child of the
Of
Most
course, of
High.
course, of course, of
That
course,
is who you are. You
of course.
know whose you are. You know who you are in Christ. And thank you very much for joining us today. I do really, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for choosing to come and share your story even on our platform. Right. Can you please share with us, your experience because of time? So we are, working with speed today. Can you share with us, your experience, the overall experience of the year 2019?
2019 was
Yeah.
a very, very depressing, sad, year for me. I lost all hope, and I thought, I thought God has forgotten me. I thought everything was over and there was no hope. But I still held on to God, and He never fails. He never forsakes His own. I just bless His holy name. It was very depressing year.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. That just short statement that you've just released there, it's so loaded. And I believe that our viewers today will come along with us on this journey of yours. So please do not go anywhere because today's show is going to be informative and educative. And if you haven't shared this video, please help us share it because it is not easy what Akon is about to do this afternoon. And she needs all encouragement that she can get from you. And how can she get that encouragement? By you sharing this video. Send some hearts to her. Let her feel loved this afternoon. Thank you very much. Akon, most Christians, like to be in church on the 31st of December. Again, we're approaching another 31st of December, and I know some people have not been to church from January, but that 31st of December, they do not miss it for anything because it is a watch night, or some people call it crossover night. But strangely, you didn't feel the vibe, of going, that year 2019 that we just finished. Can you please share the reason why you didn't feel like going to church on that day?
I just felt like, what's the point? And I've been going back to back crossover services, and still no change. No, I was totally down, and I just sat in my room and said, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. People text me, call me, where are you? Aren't you coming? And I just like didn't reply anybody. I was upstairs in my room, well in my parents' house, and I didn't even stay in my house. I went to my parents and stayed upstairs, and I just felt like, God, you know what? I don't feel like going anywhere. I'm not ungrateful, but I just don't feel like going anywhere. I'm just gonna stay here and talk to you. And I just opened up to God crying and just saying, if you don't sort me out this coming year, nobody else can. I just leave it in your hands. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know, maybe you're watching us this afternoon and you are just like the way Akon felt last year, 2019. I don't know, maybe you're going through some things in your personal journey now, and you just felt like, I don't want to meet with anybody, I don't want to tell anybody my business, I don't want to have anything to do with church, I'm not even going out, I just want to stay indoor. Well, this show today might just be for you, so please do not go anywhere. Right, Akon, back
Yeah.
to you. But you didn't end there. You end up going to church that night. Can you please share your experience during that watch night service? Especially, when the pastor was releasing some stuff into your life.
I don't mean, I think I'm mixing it up. 2018 going into 2019 was when there was prophecy on me. So the whole of 2019 was when I had a depressive year. despite the prophecies that have been prophesied on me. Do you get it? So in 2018, the last day was a Sunday, the 31st was a Sunday, and I was in church on Sunday in the morning time, and the pastor, I go to Jubilee Church, RCCG, yeah, repeat my church. Pastor Komalafe called me and just said, I just see glory over you and just prophesied what he saw and just talking to me that God's going to um meet me this year, that everything's gonna go well, and ask the old church to pray for me. Funny enough, it was 2009, it was a battle year. Everything was just not going the way I thought it would go, but yeah, God kept me, and I still kept in hanging in there. So now fast forward, going into the new year, 2020. There's so many things everyone was saying, 2020 vision and all that thing, that I wasn't feeling the vibe. I wasn't feeling anything. I was just downcast, and there was just no atom of joy in me. But I just told God that this is me. I could have need to ethic before you. I just cried my heart out to him. And I said, if you don't help me, then nobody else will help me. Because you're my only hope. I put my trust in you. And I'm still gonna trust you. But you just have to come through for me. So yeah.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. You know, a lot of us consider the messages and declarations, that has been released, in our church during the watch night service as very, very important, for our success in the new year. And we just want to run with it. We believe it's going to come to pass in our life. And because we know that we've seen it work in the life of other people, why shouldn't it work in my life? And then something happened to humanity, COVID-19. Right. Akon, can you please share your experience with us during this lockdown?
First of all, back to back this year, I've been in hospital. The first half of it and the second half of it, I've been in hospital. The first half, I could not breathe. I was walking around with an oxygen saturation of 65. How I was walking is the Almighty God. I was rushed into hospital for the first in July. Then I came back home. Coming back home, I had to come back with a oxygen machine and a CPAP machine, which I've never used before in my life. And I was like, God, what's going on? What's this? But I kept trusting Him, and I kept worshiping and praising Him, because your praise is your weapon. So I kept praising God and thanking Him despite everything I was going through. And the second half was when the COVID was really. The first half I didn't have COVID, but the second half I had COVID-19. And on the 29th of October, I was sat in my bedroom. In the morning I was feeling, the night before, I was feeling very weak. I spoke to my sister-in-law Esther and my friend and everything, Esther and Fashionel, and she was like, are you sure you're okay? I'm like, I'm not okay. I even asked her to please give me some money to send in to buy lemon, and I was going to make lemon and ginger mix. She was like, are you sure you're going to do that? I'm like, yes. I didn't end up doing that because I couldn't even go out of the house. So the next day, which was the Thursday, 29th of October, I started having a temperature. I just called my younger brother and said, look, I don't feel well. I don't feel well at all. I can't talk. And everyone, he was like, are you okay? I said, no, I don't feel well. So he was like, just take it easy. I rang the ambulance, and I just couldn't talk to them on the phone. So I dropped the phone. My daughter thought I was joking. She was like, Mom, we don't call. What are you doing? So I went to my room and I lied down, and I just was praying, Holy Spirit, take control. Next thing, because I called the ambulance before, so they traced me, and my neighbor Bethany told them I was she's guessing I'm the one that called the ambulance, because she saw me. I couldn't walk properly. So they came upstairs, they banged on the door, and Ini opened the door, and Ini said, nobody called for an ambulance here. With the last strength I had, I shouted, yes, I did. I called for the ambulance. So they came into my room, and when they saw me, they were like, have you had tests of COVID before? I said, I've had it like several times and I've always been negative, but I don't know what's going on right now. So they took my temperature. It was 39.5 centigrade. I'm like, wow, that's too high. That's way, way high. Normal temperature is 36.5. So I'm like, okay. They said they have to go into hospital. I was like, not again, not again, God. But then I said I'll go with them. They said, oh, you can't walk. You have to go sit on the wheelchair. I said, I'm not sitting on the wheelchair. There's no elevators in my flat, on the blocks of flats. You just have to use the stairs. They said, they will wheel me to the stairs. Then I said, no, I'll walk on my 2 feet. So I was walking, as I was walking, I was saying, Holy Spirit, just let me get to the ambulance. Just let me get to the ambulance. Whatever happens, let me just get to the ambulance and you just take control. Just let me walk there. So I walked out on my 2 feet. I got into the ambulance and I just like collapsed on the seat. And then they were like, "Are you okay?" And just trying to make me stay awake and stay with them. And I was just like, God, I'm in your hands. And then they said, oh, the closest, see what God did. The closest hospital to my house is the inside hospital. But God did something there. The driver said, I'm taking you to MRI. And I thought MRI is not close to Dresden. That's why I said, well, then the voice said to me, will you allow me to do my work?
Akon, I want you to take a pause there because I really want people to share this video.
Okay.
And that is why I really want you to take a pause there. Let's take it bit by bit. We're going to go back a bit.
Okay.
A lot of people, a lot of people's businesses and jobs were cut and put on hold. Did it affect your business or your job at all?
What God did
The COVID-19.
in COVID-19, I got a job that I always wanted to do. I never expected I would get it. When I had the video interview, my oxygen levels were low, so my voice was cracky. You couldn't hear what I said, what I was saying or anything. But guess what? I got the job. I was like, God, you're so amazing. I started my business, Kokoma's Kitchen. I just started, ideas were coming to me. I did the health and safety certificate. I did the training of care and food contamination and everything. I just did it. I got all the certificates and things are just bang, 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 bang happening for me. I was like, God, you're just so amazing. And this is not anything. I know people say there's been so much controversies about paying your tithes and stuff. I am a believer of paying tithes, and it works. It works. Pay your tithes. Give God his 10%. He's only asking you 10% of the 100% he has given you. So I'm a believer of that. I really believe in that a lot. And I, even no matter how little it is, I tithe it. Even if it's £2, I give them 20 pounds, £2, I do it. I do it to the glory of God. So I believe in that. God really came through for me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Akon. Akon is saying that even during this time of COVID, God came through for her and she was able to hold them to, I believe it was 2 jobs that you got. You started your own business and you had another job as well that were able to keep your body and mind so together. Then you were placed on oxygen and I believe you started sharing that, testimony about the oxygen level that you were placed on. But that's not what I really, really want you to share before you get to the hospital bit. You mentioned to me something that I can't even get out of my head, during the pre-interview that I had with you. And it really, really did surprise me. You said that you slept in your own pool. One of the days that, was not a very good day for you. You slept in your own pool. And you called somebody that you thought would be able to come and help. How did you end up, sleeping in your own pool? And what was the relationship you had or you have with that person that you called? And the person refused the help. And why did the person refuse the help? Please, Akon, I don't want you to mention anybody's name.
No, I won't do that.
Just, say what happened, but don't mention the person's name.
You see, I can't tell you why they didn't want to help me, but I can understand. It's not easy. You don't rely on people, but hey, well, we can only try to ask for help. It was one of those days when I first came back from the hospital the first round, um, and I couldn't go up my stairs because my two legs were swollen. I had to stay on the couch, and the couch was not very good. I just had to manage, and I had fallen down many times. So the time when I fell down and I couldn't stand up, and I was literally in my wee, and I was in soaked and everything, and I was just like, God, who's gonna help me now? This early morning Saturday, Ini was upstairs, still sleeping very far away. My daughter, and I like, who am I gonna call? I can't call anybody. Nobody here. My neighbors can hear me, and it was quite, I called a friend of mine, and she just was like, I can't come around, I can't help you. And I felt sad, and I felt really angry, but I don't know why, but that was what happened. And then I just said, you know what, just call this lady. I called on that lady that I met, and she came in and she was shouting, "Oh my God, what's going on? Why didn't you call me earlier?" I'm like, didn't think you'd come, but you came. God sent somebody else. And then Ini was able to hear me when the lady came in. Luckily, I left the door was open. My door was open, so she was able to come inside and help me. And so Ini had, and two of them lifted me up. And it was not a good experience, but I thank God that in everything, He still sends me help, a help, a help. I'm not offended. I'm happy. I forgive and I will clear the plate. I'm good. Yeah, God is good.
Because I was going to ask you how you felt and if you've been able to forgive the person. I deliberately wanted her to talk about that experience, in order to encourage us out there that are watching. Sometimes, especially as all Christians, because she didn't finish the story. She told me that it was another person of another faith that had to come in to help her. I don't know, sometimes we just believe it's only prayer that we have to do for somebody. But when they need that physical help, we can't be there. It would be nice to go that extra mile for people, and even if you have to clean their pool, you're not doing it every day. And it's not like they're doing it deliberate. It's because of what is going on. That is why they found themselves in that situation. And you might find yourself in such situation, later in life. We should be able to be our brother's keeper, not just by praying alone. Because what you will hear some people say is, I will hold your hand in prayer. I will pray along with you. I am praying with you. But sometimes we need to do more than prayer. We need to do that extra work. We need to be physical. We need to be present, even with ourselves. Thank you very much, Akon, for sharing that. Then, thank God for your life. You got a new house as well. Can you share with us, the process and how excited you were?
Because of the way the old house was, and I wasn't comfortable, and everything was just not the right place. And I was talking to my daughter and said, I think we need to move. And she said, yes, mom, we need to move. So she went on right move and started looking for houses, and they found two flats. The first one, I couldn't go and view it with her. At the time, I had a lady helping me, Auntie Mary, God bless you. Auntie Mary was helping me. So Auntie Mary took Ini, and Ini went to, my daughter went to her, and they went to view the first one. And when they came back, they were like, first one doesn't seem right. So the second one, and the second one, when I saw the picture, I was like, I just sat there. I said, my daughter said, this is the one. I said, how do you know? I reviewed it. So we spoke to my mom and dad and I said, look, we found the place. My mom was like insisting, you gotta go and view it so you make sure you like it. And I said, okay. In all my stresses and all the swollen legs and everything, we went to the place and we viewed the place. And when we got here, it was a first floor flat. And my daughter was like, "Mom, you can do it. Yes, you can climb the stairs. Don't worry, we'll be able to cope." And we did. And how God did it was that I didn't have the deposit. The deposit was 1,300. I did not have a dime because I'd just come out from the hospital and I'm still training for the new position. So even if they were paying me, it wasn't all completely covered. But you know how God works now. When you put your trust in Him, I'm not saying everything's rosy, but He will always come through at the right time. Not at your own time, but in His own time. Ecclesiastes tells us that He makes everything beautiful in His own time. So I was like, God, where am I going to get this money from? Where am I going to pay this 1,300? Mom and dad have helped me a lot already. I'm like, where am I going to start from? So I called Auntie Pamela. I was like, Auntie Pam, he said he wanted to send somebody to help me pack my things. I don't need them to pack it through. The money wanted to pay them. Just give the money to me. I'll pack it myself. Don't worry. She's like, are you sure? She's like, okay, it's not that much I want to give you, but hey, and I explained to her why I needed the money. She then told me that just pray. Just tell God that God or anybody I talk to, or just send me helpers. And believe me, people were just calling me. I can give me a account detail. I'm like, what for? I just want to put money in your account. I can give me a bank detail. I can give and before I I got the money. I'm like, wow, God, you're amazing. I didn't have to go through any stress of um I borrowed from the house, pay them back. The only person I borrowed me was one lady. She knows herself. God bless you, man. I won't say her name. So she gave me the last 300 and she was like, pay me. And she said, when you pay me, and like, God, you're amazing. And everything was complete. And I was able to move. And I'm here. Thank God.
Thank God for that testimony. I love something Bukola Innocent wrote. She said, but Jesus cannot fail us. He's too faithful to fail us. Thank you
Yeah,
very much
yeah.
for that. And thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Please, if I've not called you, it's because I've not seen your name. Write something, let me know that you are watching us. Thank you very much for joining us. Please don't forget to help us share this video because a lot of people need to see and hear what Akon is sharing with us this afternoon. Right, let us go back to when you were at the hospital because that, from that place, I just, when we were sharing, you needed to be there when we were doing this pre-recorded one. She was just praising God. She was just singing praises unto God. But we will still praise God because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the way you gave the testimony when you were talking to me. It was real and it's just a heart that is full of gratitude. I could just see that in you. You left some instructions at the hospital. Can you please share those instructions with us? And why did you leave such?
First of all, when you come in with COVID-19, breathing problems, there are different things they put you on if you're not able to breathe to assist your breathing. And I'd already signed the DNR, which means do not resuscitate. And then I told them do not incubate me. If you're in the medical ward, you know what I mean. That they put a tube down through your throat to help you breathe. And then I said, please don't put me on the ventilator. And all the doctors and people are there like, you're crazy. I'm like, I'm not crazy. Dr. Jesus is gonna work on me. And the guy was like, Dr. Jesus, I don't think you understand what you're doing. I said, I know what I'm doing. I told him I'm big. If you put me on that, you're gonna have the I could die straight away. You could turn it off, you could do what you like. But I just don't want you to put me on anything. I threw my trust totally on you, God. Oh, as I was saying it, trust me, inside me I was shaking. Inside me I was saying, God, I've said it now. You just have to back me up. Is on your line, is your name, or I've said it now, but trust me, I was shaking, but I just went with it and I just said, God, I put all my hope in you. So I signed note a DNR. I said, do not incubate and do not put me on the ventilator. And God did it. He did it. Number one miracle. Toluwa for it, me share. Number one miracle. God did it. God Baba did it. He's an amazing God.
Money. So
Can you please repeat that again? Because I couldn't hear you. Hello? Inka, please can you repeat your question? Because I couldn't hear you. Cannot hear you. Cannot hear you. Sound.
The truth can hurt you, or the truth can change you. What will truth do to you?
Hello? Hello, we can hear you. Can you hear us now? No, at all. I could hear you before then. All of a sudden, it just went off. When you had the music on, I could hear you guys. And okay, when the music was on, I could hear the music loud and clear. But then after it stopped, I could hear you saying something and it stopped. Wow. I don't know what's going on. This is. Can you hear me now? You can hear me, right? I can.